Noise News UK is here at Leeds O2 Academy with Blorr, all the way to rainy, miserable Leeds from sunny Florida. Most of Europe with Angels and Airwaves. How are you guys?
Doing well, man.
Doing great. He's a little sick, but we're still doing great.
You're holding out, so the tour's taking its toll on one of you at least.
Yeah, it's been a long one because every show pretty much is this was the first one where we only had an hour drive, but every other show was like 5-hour drive every day. Yeah. So
cool. I suppose we'll probably introduce yourselves first. One of you is Chris.
I'm Chris.
Adam.
I'm Adam.
Sorry, I don't know your name.
Zach.
So I've been looking at the blog that you've done, the photo blog on the website. It looks like you've been having an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Any highlights so far?
There's a
lot
bunch,
of highlights.
but I mean, I even though it probably is easy to say, Paris was definitely the biggest highlight.
Yeah.
Kind of was pretty surreal.
Our first night in Munich was amazing.
Yeah, Munich was
just like
cool.
Coming over here and playing our first show, not knowing what it was gonna be like, and then Munich just being absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we got cheered for, actually cheered for an encore in Munich, and that was like weird. We obviously wouldn't do that because they were the first band, but it was cool. Like we
thought about it though.
We thought about it. But yeah, Munich was a highlight. Paris was a highlight. We had a lot of fun in Manchester last night after the show.
Yeah.
Still hungover, that's why I'm trying to...
Is it a hangover induced, or are you
I actually went to bed to try to get healthy because I was feeling a little bit crappy.
He was trying to be responsible.
For being responsible, I woke up sicker.
It's about the balance of Florida.
I'm actually going to blow my nose real quick.
Yeah.
Not to be rude, but can I just blow my nose?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll edit this out, it's all good.
That's
nah, leave it in.
That's what we get to hear the whole way, every drive.
I'll let him finish, because we'll get what you're saying anyway. How have the European crowds taken to you? Obviously, they must have liked you if they were asking for an encore in Germany.
Well, that was the only. I mean, yeah, it's been good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say. I mean, we're going out there and they've never seen us before. They're here seeing us and everything. It's their crowd, and we've never been to Europe, so it's just the fact that they're cheering loud and getting into it a little bit. It's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good. Probably another good thing to talk about would be your EP, Bim Bom, which is out there. Just tell us a little more about that. Who you recorded it with, when you recorded it, that kind of thing, what it's about.
We recorded it about, has it been 2 years or like a year and a half? Like a year and a half ago. And we recorded it with a buddy back home named Anthony Feta, pretty much all of his house. I did all the vocals into the little microphone on my laptop, and we just sort of mixed it together, and then
the last song is actually recorded all with a laptop.
Yeah,
Even the drums. It's just like laptop in front of the drums, and just did the drums, and so it's pretty lo-fi album, I would say. Very low. I mean, it costs like $1,000 to do the whole thing, so it's pretty.
Yeah, it was, and I think at that point, it was the first time we had ever written songs together, and just sort of. I don't know, it was just fun to think that we could even write songs together, and at that point it was a little, I think we were more inspired by ideas of songs and just a feeling and a mood, as opposed to say a song structure, you know? And I think our tastes have weaved in and out of that since, and we still love some of that, and then you'll maybe tonight with some of the new songs you'll see a little bit of a difference, but yeah,
I've listened to a bit of the EP online. It's quite psychedelic and quite out there. Do you have to get yourselves into a particular mindset before you started writing, recording, that kind of thing?
Oh, you mean a mindset?
That's not what I said. But if that's what you wanted.
No.
Yes.
We enjoy, getting a little crazy, getting a little weird, getting a little psychedelic when we're writing. That was just so awful. Just edit that part out, actually. Cut. No, it's kind of funny because we've never actually got into that mindset and wrote music, but we definitely have to listen to what we've started and then think of new ideas. I think that's the only time I've ever.
Yeah.
We do rough demos on our phone. We'll play the song, just record it, and then we'll listen to it in our headphones, and that's when maybe I'll get into another mindset and listen and be like, oh shit, we should try and do this there or that, and that's think that's helps.
Yeah, I think Bim Bom, like, as far as if you were going to go there and say certain things were
Partook in.
Good word.
proper English. If you were gonna say that, like, if you were gonna use that analogy of, let's just say, drugs, not even to say that's what it is or what we do or anything, but just if you were, I would say Bim Bom is sort of like maybe more of like a mushroom acid trip taken from that, and then the songs that we're writing for our first like full-length album, which isn't out yet or anything or finished, but that's gonna be maybe more of like
Happy.
an ecstasy trip with a little bit of mushrooms.
So, where did the name Bim Bom come from, and what does it mean?
Well, I've always been obsessed with like Brazilian jazz, bossa nova, and I don't know. I just when we were like when we had finished like recording a lot of like the bulk of Bim Bom, like the main songs, I just remember thinking like, oh man, it took us so long to record this, and I don't know when we'll get to record again. Maybe, you know, I'd like to put more of our other influences and more of an artistic element to it.
Yeah.
So that's when like we recorded the bossa nova tracks and the interludes to sort of, and the storyline between like about Bim Bom and everything, just to like sort of make it a little bit, I don't know, a little more elemental.
But Bim Bom is the name of the very first.
It's the name of the first bossa nova song ever written by Giles Gilberto.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's where it came from.
You said sort of metaphorically how things are going to change from the EP to the new full length. How has the sound changed, or how's the sound developed?
It's definitely changed.
Yeah,
But
it's-
stayed the same in some ways as well.
Yeah, just the psychedelic elements will be there. Maybe there's a bit more of like an indie pop element coming into it. Songs that we used to write based on like just let's write a song based on an idea or a vibe. Now maybe it's more of a story and with a build and a climax and another build and a climax, which
A
I
little
guess
more structure.
Yeah.
In some of our songs.
it's just basically what we have been listening to for the last couple of years. Have been
Influencing
yeah.
And how do you manage to properly capture sort of the psychedelic, crazy nature of the songs live? How do you translate to the stage?
It's a little harder to do over here because it's not our own shows. We don't have like smoke machines or anything like that. But I think back home we can kind of make it a little more psychedelic feeling. But I mean, just the songs in general, they have loops and textures that will be flowing along with them, and just having those other layers, I think, adds like this psychedelic element to the song, basically.
How much have you learned from being out on the road with a band that have that kind of grandiose, big scale, all the textured sounds Angels and Airwaves have? Have you learned just from watching them playing shows?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch them. You know,
All the lights, they have lots of lights, and that's cool. We've never been on a tour with a band that had such a big production, and we hope to get there one day. We have tons of ideas to what we would like to do to make more of a crazy show, but right now we can just basically play the show and get there one day.
As guys and things that they individually have achieved as musicians, what's it been like to be around them and be on the road with them?
It's awesome. They're
it's
super
great.
nice. They're hilarious. Like they're all their own character, but definitely. Some of them are super mellow to themselves. Others will get crazy with us, and get party down. Matt, for instance,
I like that.
he's hilarious. He will crack you up, and we partied with him a little bit, and we were like taking turns kicking the chairs out from each other, and he
I got a
like
gash in my leg from it.
yeah. But we got some funny videos, so they'll be on our blogs when we get home.
So you've got the scars from the tour.
I do.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, they're cool. They're super. They're all super nice and helpful. They've been taking our equipment on their truck and letting us use stuff here and there that we need. If something breaks, their crew will come help us like right away. Their crew's amazing too. Their crew's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
They're
definitely been a
awesome.
lesson in like how important
having
a good people around you. You know, when you're doing something with that much of a show, like I like I'd like to say like I like how they chose the vibe that they did and are just going full force with it, like lights behind them, you know, and they're just sort of silhouettes, like, and that's just bam, they went for it, and then like
It looks cool.
you know, it's cool to learn how, like, okay, to have all that happen, you need a crew that is just full of amazing dudes, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're all super cool.
Just to switch up the direction of the interview a little bit again. The name Blorr, I understand, and I may get this wrong, means bastard love child of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Have I got that right?
You did?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Where did that come from?
It actually, Chris thought of it. It was kind of like kind of like a ridiculous, obviously fun, because like
tongue-in-cheek sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
because when we started it, we really just, and it still is just for fun, like, but we're serious about it now as well. But when we first started, it was just like, you know, it was all about the shock factor. Like, we're bastard love child of rock and roll. We're gonna go fucking nuts on stage or in your living room playing at a house party or whatever it was. And then now when we got more serious, we kind of like decided to tone it down, the name anyways, because everybody would just call us Blorr anyways.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't even like a toning it down as much as it was like people would only say Blorr. You know, naturally, no one's gonna say bastard love child rock and roll every time. We don't blame them for that. But everyone would say Blorr, and it got to the point where it kept sounding like war and kept sounding like Blorr.
Like
People would say like that, and it's just like, all right, like we're not a metal band, and we don't want to give that impression. And we would get emails from blogs that we would talk to and be like, oh man, we almost didn't like even listen to your music because we just figured you were like a death metal band. And then we listened to it and we actually liked it, so that's cool. And we're like, we need to do something about this. So that's where like a little while back at the added the little
Class.
Yeah,
I think that a bit of class there.
yeah. Exactly. Perfect. Well done. Well said. Exactly.
I understand also that you have stage names.
We do.
Should I say? Would you like to share those with the lovely people watching?
Hot Bam.
I'm Cookie.
What's my
Sugar Butter. Sugar Shake, Sugar
I was
Butter.
confused with you.
It's been that heavy a tour, he's forgotten his own name.
Sugar butter.
That's clearly a good sign. How important is having that kind of extravagance, craziness to you as a band? Is it just like shock factor, like you said?
You know, it just started out as like, it wasn't even anything like we thought about it too much. It was just like, well, we're playing music, like why not have some ridiculous names? Like we get to do this ridiculous thing, like travel around and play rock and roll for people. So like why not have as much fun as you possibly can? And I think those names just, if anything, it's just like a reminder of like, hey, we're having fun here. Like we don't need to take ourselves too seriously or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Plus, you can do whatever you want, and then if people get mad, the next day you're just like, that was hot damn, that wasn't even me. That was hot damn, that was your girlfriend. That wasn't that. You know? It works.
Just remember that cover story.
Just make up new names for yourselves, and then there you
Yeah,
go.
we hope the whole world one day will just have nicknames, you know? Nah, I never heard that before.
Reading about your background, it seems like the range of experiences you've had as a band is just ridiculously eclectic. Like you've played surf competitions and fashion shows and stuff, people's houses. What effect has that had as a learning cycle for you as a band?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just to be able to adapt to different things and know that you're not always going to have like the same stage and same place and same crowd that you're playing to. Like this is a perfect example. Like we would never like necessarily for our music think that we should play to like the same crowd that would go to an Angels and Airwaves show, just because our music's quite different, you know. And through those experiences of playing like fashion shows where models are walking around you and you feel kind of awkward and silly, and like then playing these shows where sometimes kids are just looking at you like, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting my time? And it's just like, it's okay. You know, you just sort of learn that like you're gonna do what you're gonna do and you're gonna have fun with it. And
how much major label interest have you had around the band and maybe helping you with the album when it finally emerges?
Far too much.
Quiet guy comes out with the silly. I don't actually know too much. We just got managers kind of recently, and they're kind of taking on that whole thing. Before that, we didn't really talk to any labels, maybe one or two, with like Bim Bom and stuff. But we've kind of just done everything on our own, and we just recently got management and booking agents and all that. And it's been interesting, like letting them take some of the load, and they've been awesome. Like it's been incredible to have managers that are so cool and help so much. But anyways, yeah, they're kind of taking that on. So I really don't even know, to be honest. But I know that they're working on it, and I can just kind of like let them do it, not to worry about it.
Well, that's good. Let's hope that you get a big label from there and
yeah,
push the record.
Or even just a label that just fits you. They don't even have to be big. Just somebody that fits what we want to do and gets it. You know, that's all we really want.
Well, I've probably taken enough of your time, but we'll start to draw things close. What hopes do you have for the future for the band, besides getting the album out there, say over the next year or so?
In the next year?
Yeah, maybe beyond that, because you've talked quite a lot about the next year. And
Yeah. You know, just
I think we just
to
hope
build
to
this family.
Yeah, just keep playing music and keep playing music with more people. Like we hope to have more people playing with us on stage soon, and just keep traveling, keep having fun, and
become the biggest booty shaking rock and roll band in the world.
That's what you want. I think so.
Booty shaking rock and roll.
Rock and roll all night, just party every day.
I think you may have stolen that from a
Wait, that's not a song. No, I've never heard that one before.
I might have got that wrong, but it sounds like
I mean, it's my life, and it's now or never. I'm not gonna live forever. You know? Bon Jovi might have said that.
Just to draw it to a nice, concise ending, try describe the Blorr in 3 words, if you can.
Should we all just take a word?
Yeah, that'll work. There's 3 of you. That'll be symmetrical. Silence reigns.
Psychedelic.
Skanky.
Put your thing cap on, bud.
You said skanky? Was that
Sex/psychedelic.
So you used to already.
Skank/psychedelic.
He created a word. He melded.
Sexadelic.
Sexadelic. That's a good word.
That's a good word, actually.
That's a good word.
I
Can we just pick it to one word?
Yeah, I think you might have just created your own genre of music.
Yeah,
there, possibly.
Sexadelic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I was gonna go with skank core, but I didn't know if there was a dash in between the skank and core, so that's 2 words.
Sexadelic, I think, is the word.
We used to go by booty shaking rock and roll, but I think we can be sexadelic now.
That's band evolution right there.
Yeah.
Anyways. Well,
You got it here on
NoisenewsUK.com.
Bam.
Thank you for your time, guys. You've been very, very entertaining.
Oh,
Best
cool.
luck with the EP and best luck finding a label and getting your album out there.
Thank you so
And
much.
we look forward to seeing you tonight.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.